Oh, he was enjoying that, wasn't he?
That's basically what I say when I have every pint of Guinness.
Oh, that's amazing! Right, now it's time to delve a little deeper with the help of our resident drinker, Paddy. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yes. Very, very much so. This is going to be deep joy. Deep joy.
Deep joy.
Apparently, we're now going to focus on various parts of my anatomy and reveal the impact that alcohol... Hey! the impact that alcohol can have on my and therefore all of our well-being and lifestyle, Michelle.
Yes, and for this very revealing examination, we have 4 of the country's finest ists in the studio. We've got cardiologist Dr. Jerry Coughlin.
We have optometrist, we have Mesha Tanna.
Psychiatrist Dr. Anya Topiwala.
That's quite worrying. And we have gastroenterologist and liver expert Dr. Yanis Kallis, which proves that I haven't had a drink yet.
Eddie, feel free to chip in if you've got any questions for our ists.
Yeah, good.
You know,
for the ists.
Get in there, get in there. So let's speak to our specimen. So tell us a bit more, Paddy. What kind of drinker would you say you are?
I would say occasional.
Occasionally.
And social.
OK.
Just, yes.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Day?
It may be every day. it may not be every day. Can we move on?
Let's move on. Let's start with the heart. Dr. Jerry, what can you tell us about the impacts of alcohol?
Well, stopping alcohol has one clear benefit for the heart, and that is reducing blood pressure. So simply reducing from 8 to 10 units per day down to
I think my heart's quite enlarged there, Doctor.
It
doesn't look normal, that, does it?
Too much alcohol. So you can reduce blood pressure quite easily with this. So, reducing your alcohol intake is equivalent to stopping a drug or taking a drug, but without the side effects. It also reduces the likelihood of heart attacks and, to some extent, the likelihood of rhythm problems of the heart. So quite a lot of benefits for the heart.
OK. Is dry January worth it, Doctor? You know the answer, we agreed.
Not on its own. So if it's a start of something, a lifelong change, then it's worthwhile. As a method of raising awareness, it's worthwhile. But actually, in Ireland, we have been giving up alcohol for Lent for many years.
We have.
And all of us are alcoholics.
Yes. And getting completely off our head on St Patrick's Day as well.
That's the issue, isn't it? Right, let's move on to the eyes, or beer goggles.
To be fair.
Misha, what can you tell us about the eyes?
Look into my eyes, look into my eyes.
Well, if you're less dehydrated, your eyes will be less dry, less red, brighter, whiter, you'd look better. But also,
where's this going? You only just met you. You're a very rude lady.
your tooth will be more stable, so you'd get clearer vision.
Yes.
But also there'll be less delay in communication between the eye and the brain, so less weakening of the eye muscles, which would be responsible for blurred and double vision.
So you would say dry January is worth it then, would you?
Yes. Anything that improves your physical well-being in terms of exercise, eating better or less alcohol consumption, I'd say is a positive thing. So
but we're talking hypothetically, obviously, you know, looking at me now,
wonderful.
I look great.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Eddie, would you say, I mean, we've heard that you kind of owe your career to getting a little bit tipsy before an audition.
This is probably the worst thing to possibly say during
this is good.
questioning
Look these medical experts in the eye, Eddie, and tell the truth.
Well, so basically, one of my first ever jobs was in a play with Mark Rylance. It was a production of Twelfth Night, and he was playing Olivia. It was at the Globe, and they were auditioning for young men to play Viola. And I had been to various auditions, and then I was in a pub with a friend, getting really very drunk, and suddenly got a call saying, "Are you around to come and do a last audition?" I was like, "Yeah, totally fine." I went there and I auditioned with Mark Rylance, and it was Shakespeare play, and he took the play out of my hand, and I sort of had to improvise as far as I can remember in sort of iambic pentameter. And there isn't, well, if I wasn't several pints down, it would have been even more catastrophic, I think, than it was. So I got the part. So
He got the part! Yes!
There we go.
OK, that's 2-all now. That's 2-all for non-dry January.
What can you tell us? What can you tell us, Dr. Anya, about the brain?
So in the short term, you might appear more cheerful, so less problems with your mood, which may be noticed by others. And in the longer term, you may reduce your risk of memory problems. In fact, I've been studying this recently with some colleagues at the University of Oxford and in UCL, And we found that moderate drinkers, and by that I mean people drinking about a large glass of wine equivalent a night, so it doesn't sound like you'd be in that category, but experienced a faster memory decline over a 30-year time and a shrinkage of a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which is associated with Alzheimer's disease and very important for memory function.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really cheery for the middle of January, I have to say.
So you would say, again, dry January, totally worth it?
Worth it, but you need to keep it up for the longer term if you want to see benefits.
But generally with dry January, do people sort of take it off and then use it as an excuse to then get properly stuck in come 1st of Feb?
I don't know.
I don't know, I was wondering if there was any research on that.
What are you trying to project?
No, I don't know. I'm trying to deal with my own guilt, because I am probably one of those people, you know, when my 18-month-old goes to bed and like, it feels like a sort of mini victory for a small glass of something.
All in moderation.
Yeah,
all
moderation.
in moderation.
Small
Right,
glass.
let's move on to digestion.
So, so alcohol irritates the lining of the stomach and affects some of the digestive functions.
Excuse you.
There we go.
Breathe in.
That's a sound effect for a Guinness drinker just there.
So if you reduce drinking, you may find immediately that you have less indigestion, less acid reflux or heartburn. Alcohol has a lot of calories, so you may find if you cut down a little bit on how much you're drinking, that you lose some of the weight you've been trying to lose. And of course, in the medium to long term, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, it reduces the risk of liver disease, which in the UK is one of the major causes of ill health now.
Well, why do I feel that this is less of an item, more of an intervention?